guys, happy Tuesday, and let me tell you, it became an instant happy Tuesday. I was about to log on and give you guys an update on Martine, for those of you following me on Facebook about, him having gone missing. You guys, the plan was we were gonna get up early this morning, head over to the shelter. They had one black kitty that I suspected was Martin, and then they had an advertisement, a notification of another black kitty that had been brought in. But what I hadn't shared with little dude, because I didn't want him to be discouraged, and he's just going to hear it for the first time now. Last night, the original kitty that we thought was Martin had actually been found on the 7th. Martin didn't go missing until the 10th. So I knew that cat we thought was Martin was not going to turn out to be Martin. But because of the notification of another black cat, they didn't have a picture of this black cat, but they had a notification that another black cat, male, around 5 years old, had been found. I'm like, oh, that sounds like Martin. I was hoping that the second kitty that they hadn't put a picture up of would be Martin. So I woke little dude up. I needed him to be my second set of eyes. We're getting dressed. I was about to get online. I was really, really sad. I was sick to my stomach, stressed out, because like, what if neither one of these cats is him? I was feeling so bad for little dude. Like, oh my gosh, like, this will be our second cat that's gone. So I was sick to my stomach, and I was about to get online and just let y'all know we're heading over to the shelter, and I'll keep y'all updated. I opened the door, and there's a black cat eating the stray cat's food, and I thought it was the big black Mufasa. I thought it was Mufasa, but no, I knew immediately from the profile that it was Martine. So I opened the door. I'm like, Martin, and he meows at me all gravelly, and he strolls in. He's real skittish right now. When I try and pet him, I picked him up. He doesn't like being picked up anyway, but I picked him up because I was just so excited, and we were so happy to see him. And I was gonna feed him, and I just realized I don't have any more canned food because I didn't buy any at Walmart yesterday, because I didn't want my heart broken with a case of cat food if I couldn't find my kitty. So, but I thought I had at least 2 cans of cat food left, and apparently I didn't. My oldest must have fed the snot out of the kitty Saturday before he let him out. But anyway, so we're heading over to Target right now to pick up his cat food. He had the nerve to try and sneak out just now. Well, not sneak out, but walk out just now when we left to Target. And I'm like, oh, to the heck no. If I gotta super glue you to your cat bed, you ain't getting nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. Not for a while now. He's real skittish, so he's been through some things. This is the longest he's ever been gone without being in kitty jail. So what, Levy, if Michael let him out Saturday night, he was gone all Sunday and all Monday, right? Yeah. Okay, so it's Tuesday. Yeah, so I don't know where he's been. He doesn't look injured. He doesn't smell funny. He doesn't look filthy or anything. He's just really skittish. And I don't know, maybe I'm being paranoid, but y'all know the lady who's keeping the kittens, who's keeping Bella Boo's kittens? I just think it's a coincidence that every time her little girls come out, you see all the kittens out. So I think the kittens are in her house. You guys might have heard me suspect that before, or mention my suspicion of that. And I wonder, I may be overthinking, I wonder if Martin didn't get swept up in her come on in kitty cats, and he was in her house, and either was let out or walked out with the other kittens. I don't know. I'll never know where this crazy cat was. I don't think that he should be wandering, considering he's fixed. But I don't know. I'm not a cat. I can't speak for why cats do the things they do. But oh my gosh, this day just turned out to be something way better than I expected. So we're just gonna go to Target, run and get those things. I'm gonna come home and love up on this cat. I want to do a real quick look on him to make sure, his little paws are okay and everything. And then he ain't going nowhere. He likes to venture out into the garage, and I never let him out there because he climbs all over everything. But you know what? If he wants to go in the garage from now on, he can go in the garage from now on. If that's going to be his little adventure, he can have little adventures in there, because this was nerve-wracking. This is enough, and any pet parent understands, this is enough to make you not want to be a pet parent. Like, if you don't get your kitty back, if you don't get your dog back, if you don't get your pet back, or if you lose one, you almost don't want to ever have another one again, because it hurts. So we weren't at the hurt stage, but we were definitely all at the we miss him, where is he, we got to find him stage. Ooh, my head hurts. I was telling little dude I got woozy. I don't know if it's just excitement or what, but I I got kind of woozy. But the first thing out of my mouth after I picked him up was thank you God. Like, I've been praying over this silly little cat since we realized he wasn't coming home. So it's good guys. I hope it's going to be a wonderful Tuesday, and it needs to have picked up in mood and in spirit, because you guys, I still haven't updated y'all on what the heck happened Saturday. I will do that once I get home. Saturday was just crazy, full of one thing after another, just kind of thing where you want to put yourself in a bubble, just go lay under the bed somewhere, just hide out. If you're Mexican, get the huevo. If you don't know what that means, it's a cleansing with an egg. I know, Google it, mal de ojo, something. But yeah, it was a crazy Saturday. That just, I thought Martin missing was part of that bad juju, but I'll give y'all the update on all that. For anybody who was doing a pet parent prayer for Martin to be returned, you guys, God heard. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Little dude and I are out here. He's about to hammer down my spikes. I made more of a circle. See how my tortilla ain't all jacked up now? It's an actual circle. So little dude's gonna hammer down these while the ground is saturated. We're expecting more rain, but it's perfect to hammer down these spikes. Thank you. Polly Gray, are you the one destroying my little cheapy fences? I think so. There's one that was over here that's now on the ground. Oh, and I think these two little boogers are the culprits. I feel bad being out here enjoying these pussycats when my kitty is in quarantine, but I don't trust Martin outside just yet. He's meowing incessantly like he's just miserable, like a teenager. Hates being home, but I'm sorry, you're on punishment. He's gonna stay in for a little while. At least until my big dude gets to see him that he's safe and okay. These kitties are all, oh look, she's gonna get comfy on you with her big belly. These kitties are all over you today. Hi, Bella Booba Fontaine. Aww. Well, since I'm out here, let's go ahead and do some updates. I did place the little fence, but it's not holding as sturdy as I wanted it to. I don't know if it's the slope of the dirt or the kitty cats, but I did put the gate up. I just bought this liner for this basket I want to try strawberries in, but it's super long. I'm gonna have to trim it and then sew the ends so it'll fit. Polly Gray, look at her attacking my tree. Polly Gray. Polly Gray. Ah, don't eat it. I don't know if it's poisonous. Went ahead and got 2 cushions yesterday at Walmart, turquoise, to match what's going on out here. They're double-sided, so you have gnomes on one side and sunflowers on the other. This bin right here, it rained, so I have to empty the water. But this bin right here was found at the bins, and I got it to plant something. We're going to do a starter in here. This water tubing was also found at the bins. I went ahead and grabbed it in case we want to do any ground watering. I'm not that technical, but I know it's the tubing that you lay down in the ground and pin down, and it's supposed to soak and water your... No, sir. No, sir. No. You are in quarantine, sir. I haven't even put my stuff up from Walmart. Nope. But anywho, this came from the bins. This came from the bins. And the day that I was having, that I told you everything was going wrong, this was one of the casualties of that day. You guys, I was so excited that I had found these mercury glass candle holders in pristine condition. They were not broken, guys. They were perfect. And then I get them home. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I was distracted. I'm not sure, but look at them. They're in pieces. So that happened that bad cloud day. Another thing I was super excited about was this inflatable nutcracker. I was super excited about this inflatable nutcracker. I find these at the Black Friday all the time, and I have found a few at the bins at work really well. I was excited about this one because I wanted it for my friend. She likes nutcrackers at the holiday. So I grabbed it, and it works. The lights work, but the fan doesn't, so it doesn't inflate. So that was another bad juju thing on that day. I was very disappointed about, but it's okay. Since I'm out here, I'm going to go ahead and show you some stuff that I have out here from the bins. This little thing, it's dripping water because I forgot it. I forgot it outside. It's one of these fake fire loggy things. I went ahead and grabbed it for Hollow My Weenie, and it just needs new batteries. As I'm pressing the little button, it's trying to do something. The fan does work as well, but we'll have to replace this little fake flame.
Why?
Because look, baby, it's all ripped.
Ain't that the point?
Unless I can make another one and attach it in there, hot glue it or something. But I'm not sure. But it works, so it works. And then this thing was at the actual Goodwill store. I'm trying to declutter my dining area and put everything together in one area. My wine bottles, wine glasses, and everything. And I thought this was perfect. It was $14.99, but I think that's good money spent. I already know where I'm going to put it. And instead of having wine bottles here and wine glasses there, I'm going to put everything all together here. And look, guys, it's metal scrolly goodness in a tone very similar to the furniture that I have in there now. So yay for that. Let me see if there's anything else out here. No, I think everything else is inside. Well, guys, I was about to throw them away and decided to try them one more time. And he's inflated. I can't tell in the daylight if the lights are on, because last night the lights shone, but he didn't inflate. Only thing that's not inflating correctly is his candy cane. It's a little limp. Maybe there's some little inflatable pills for that. I'm not sure, but it kind of looks like there might be a light on in there, but he's about to go in the garage. You guys, I am exhausted. Between trying to fight this cat and keep him in the dang house, trying to make the garage a little cleaner for this weekend when my brother's gonna come and piddle fart around with my electricity, putting away groceries, making lunch. I'm just tired. I'm friggin' tired. When I tell y'all that these last few days have been an emotional nightmare for me, I'm not lying. He is desperate to come outside, and I'm not allowing him. I'm not letting him out. I'm not going through that again. And I've decided if, and I'm sure he's going to end up outside. If he ends up outside again and pulls this crap, and he's not at the animal shelter, and we don't find him squished on the street, when he has the audacity to come meowing at my door again, he ain't coming back inside. He can be an outside cat if he wants to be. If his wild oats are oating and he wants to be out in the dang street, then let him be out in the dang street. I'm not going to be doing all this back and forth. I don't like the idea of him being a full-time outside cat, but he was until I brought him in a few years ago, and he did pretty okay. He seems to be doing pretty okay. He came from somewhere. He was somewhere. Me and my big dude still suspect he was in somebody's house. We're not sure. Never going to know. I am going to buy a tracking collar. I need to go on Amazon and read reviews and comparisons and stuff, but I definitely, and he hates collars. I had his little name tag and everything, and he rips it off. He sits on his butt, and with his hind leg he yanks it off of his head, or dang near strangles himself trying to get it off. But I definitely need to put a name tag on him. It is super windy, guys. Sorry about the chimes. I hope that doesn't bother y'all too much, but I finally sat down after hours and I don't want to move. I don't know, but I have to do something. I'm getting too old for this nonsense. I love a pet. I love my cats, but I'm not doing this. This ain't no hotel. You ain't gonna come and go as you please. I feel like I'm talking to a teenager. I feel like I'm raising a teenager, a four-legged teenager. But yeah, the last few days have been an emotional turmoil. Let me get into what started all of this nonsense. Now, I hadn't mentioned this just because I hadn't. Let's go in the back. It's not so noisy back there. Whew. Okay, so I was still on the fence about purchasing something for myself that I have wanted for many, many years. Something that was promised to me but was never purchased, and something that I never stressed or pushed or reminded my oldest about, because he took on the responsibility of the house when he came back home, and now he's taken full-on responsibility of everything since January. But if you guys have been with me a while, you know that my mouth waters every time I see those 70-inch TVs at Walmart. But I officially am one of those tax flex queens, you know, the ones that ain't got a pot to in until tax time. Well, I'm officially one of those. And I'm getting a nice refund, and like I said, I'm not destitute, I'm not penniless, I have money, but I'm very careful with it, and any little extra mad money that I have is thanks to my big dude. So when I understood that I was gonna get a tax refund, I'm like, okay, good. I'm gonna get some things done in the house, some electrical work that needs to get done, some plumbing that needs to get done. There's just some things that the house needs that I want to get taken care of that I've been putting off. Also, that my son kept saying, Mom, I'll pay for it, but I didn't feel right. I didn't feel right putting that on him on top of everything else, especially since January when everything fell on him. So I struggled with, should I do this for myself? Should I get this TV for myself? Because I've been wanting it bad. You guys, y'all know I thrift. Y'all know anything that I buy for myself is thrifted, garage sale, or found on the side of the road. And that's fine. But for some reason, I was obsessed with getting this TV. So I decided I'm in a position where I can get it. I can take care of the stuff that needs to be taken care of in the house. I can help out with a mortgage payment, light bill, car payment, and still get myself this dang TV. But I felt some kind of way about it. I didn't feel right doing it. So I asked my son if it was selfish of me to want to spend money on a TV when he was taking care of everything. And the first thing out of his mouth was, you don't need it. The TV you have is perfectly fine. And I ain't even gonna lie, it hurt my feelings, because I was so excited about finally just doing this for myself. I had been debating for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I finally decided that I was gonna do it for myself, but I wanted to be sure that it wasn't a totally selfish move. And then when I ask, he doesn't say it is, but he doesn't say it isn't either. He's just like, you don't need it. And then I felt as if though I were asking permission. You know, as if though I were asking permission to do something that I can afford to do. I don't know if I'm making sense. But anywho, feelings were hurt. Long story short, because I can go on and on and on. Feelings were hurt. He understood that he hurt my feelings. And he explained later that it's not that I don't deserve the TV. It's not that I shouldn't get the TV. It's not that he thinks it's selfish that I get this TV. It's not that he cannot afford to continue doing what he's doing if I get the TV. He said, it's just your idea about money is different than mine. If I have any extra money, I like to hold on to it. I like to hoard it. And I'm like, well, difference is between you and me. It's not that my attitude is flippant and that I'm like, I have money, let's spend it. That is not my attitude. My attitude is, if there's anything extra, I want to do this for myself. And I'm not in a position, nor have I ever been in a position where I could hoard money. And I reminded him, prior to you taking on the mortgage and prior to you taking on everything, you were in a position where you could hoard your money, because I didn't ask him for anything. He volunteered to start paying the mortgage. He volunteered to start helping out here and there and here and there, and buffering and covering. And then now, after you know, I lost my job, unemployment and everything, he just took over willingly, you know, not begrudgingly, not with an attitude or anything. But before he did all that, he was in a position when he was here, before all that happened, I didn't ask him for anything. So he got paid, he'd do whatever he wanted to do with his money, and yeah, he'd have basically a whole paycheck left. I didn't care. I knew and he understood if I needed anything and would ask him for anything, it was there. So I reminded him, you've been in a position that you can hold on to money, hoard money, store money, stash money. I've never been in that position. I've always been work, pay bills, work, pay bills, work, pay bills. Have I ever struggled, been homeless, hungry? No. But this is reality. Most adults work, pay bills, go back to work, pay bills, go back to work, pay bills. There are not a lot of people who can hold on to a paycheck. So this was days. This was like 2 or 3 days of him and I in a weird place. But after all those days, everything was settled. I'm not going to blow it all, okay? I'm not going to be that tax queen. I'm not going to blow it all. That'd be ignorant. That'd be stupid. That'd be totally irresponsible. But god dang it, I want this TV. I've wanted it forever. Now, mind you, I was struggling by myself, not mentioning it to my son, for 2 weeks before I decided I'm going to make this purchase. Before I even got my taxes done, I just knew I have it. I want this TV. I figured out, I'm going to get some refund. I went down my to-do list, check off. I have this, I have that. This is going to cost this. Talk to the electrician, talk to the plumber, Okay, I'm going to get me my TV. Still have a buffer, still have something left. But maybe I didn't explain that correctly to my big dude. All I said was, I'm getting a TV. I didn't explain to him that I'd gone down my list, that I'd already set aside money for this and that and this and that, that I'd already set money aside for my meds. I kind of blindsided him. So at the end of the day, after 3 days, everything is cool. We're all okay. So come Saturday, I had asked my brother if his SUV would fit a TV that size. He said, sure, I'll see you Saturday. So Saturday, okay, he shows up. He says, I'll meet you at Walmart because I'm getting to Walmart. I'm not super fancy. So he says, I'll meet you at Walmart. We pull up to my Walmart. This is where the weirdness starts, okay? We pull up to my Walmart and the electricity's out. They're shushing us away. They're doing us like this. The electricity's out. TXU is out here at the light pole. Okay, fine. So my brother's like, well, we'll just do it again next week. I'm like, no, after all the drama that I've gone through and finally made peace with my kid and we're on good terms and everything, I want this friggin' TV. I'd already taken the TV from downstairs. My son had taken the TV from downstairs upstairs to my room. It's too big for my room. But he didn't want it in his bedroom, and little dude didn't either. So I ended up with this big old TV in my bedroom. There was no TV in the living room. So I said, no, I want to get it now, blah, 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 blah. So let's go to the Walmart in the town over. So we go to the Walmart in the town over. Okay, find the TV. He's outside measuring to make sure that the box is going to fit. Maybe we need to unbox it. He's coming in. And while he was outside measuring, I went to see the one that was on display up on the wall, on the shelf, just to see if it was smaller than the box. So I go and I'm like, oh yeah, it's much smaller out of the box than in the box. So if he can't measure it to fit, then I'll just tell him when he comes back into the store, hey, we can take it out of the box. So I see him coming. Now, I remember looking down. There was a pallet. You know how they have the TVs on there? There was a pallet. I remember seeing him. Oh, here he comes. Let me tell him that it'll probably fit outside of the box. I remember I looked down. I saw the pallet. I thought I cleared the pallet. I didn't clear the pallet, guys. My ankle caught it and I fell like a timber. Okay, I fell like a friggin' oak tree. And when I hit the pallet, usually most people bounce up. You're embarrassed or you're laughing or you're just like, oh my gosh, let me get up. You guys, I couldn't get up. I was like, oh no, this was the worst thing that could happen with my body, the way it's been acting. And it had been hurting because of all the yard work and stuff. I had a backache. I had had a backache for days. So when I fell, I'm like, get up, dummy. I laugh. When I fall, I'm one of those that laughs at myself. So I'm kind of laughing, trying to get up, and my hip is like, no. So it took my brother, and I could hear voices. I had my eyes closed. I didn't understand that I had my eyes closed, but I had my eyes closed, and I'm trying to get up, and it's not working. I'm not able to get up the way I want to get up. Hey, booger. And so my brother's there and he's trying to pick me up, and I hear voices and I feel, hands. So they just sit up. So they sit me up on the pallet and I open my eyes. Guys, I have an audience. Okay, there's like 4 or 5 people. Shoppers, Walmart people, my brother, little dude. I have an audience. And they look shocked too. The ladies are like, I'm like, my gosh, how did I fall? You know, y'all look terrified. It was bad. It was bad. Are you okay? I said, I'm fine. Now, I was a little woozy. And I was nervous that my body did not react the way I wanted it to react. I was like, oh gosh, what did you do, you stupid idiot? So my brother lifts me up from under my arms. He lifts me up, and the pain, it wasn't any more pain. It wasn't pain like I expected. I was just like, ooh, a little, ow, a little banged up. So he picks me up and he's rubbing the small of my back, because that's where my bad pain is, and he knows I'm all jacked up. And what's funny is he's rubbing the small of my back, and now mind you, I have an audience now. He's rubbing the small of my back, and I hear somebody say, who is that? Is that her husband? And I said to one of them, no, he's my brother. Somebody else says, who is that? Is that her husband? I'm like, no, that's my brother. So they finally tell me to hold on to a shelf where the laptops are. And I'm feeling okay. I'm just like, oh my goodness, look at all these people. I'm not embarrassed. I'm more touched than anything, because I'm like, look at these people. One of the employees asked me if I want to get a manager, and I'm like, no. Because they know I fell on the pallet. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I wasn't hurt. I'm not in pain. I am lightheaded though. And they did ask me, are you lightheaded? I said, why are y'all asking me that? Did I hit my head? They're like, well, no, but I was off kilter. So I'm like, no, so I'm standing there. I'm okay. And another lady asked, I hear another lady ask, who is that? Is that her husband? And one of the ladies who I had clarified with says, no, that's her brother. Okay, because we thought, I'm thinking some strange man is just rubbing up on you, and like, we can't have that. I'm like, no, it's my brother. So we get the friggin' TV. Everything's fine. We get the TV. Everybody walks off. No reports made. And my brother at first was like, that pallet shouldn't have been there. You tripped over the pallet. That pallet shouldn't have been there. But then in hindsight, after, when you think about everything, you're like, after everything happens, you think, I remember looking down, seeing it, thought I cleared it, and I didn't. And my brother still says, you still should have at least reported it in case you feel worse later or whatever. I don't, guys. This happened on Saturday. I feel fine. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, Peanut. Yeah, Peanut's out here doing a target practice. But I was feeling uneasy. I was feeling uneasy because first the lights off at my Walmart. Then I fall at this Walmart, and I'm thinking something's going to happen to this TV. We're going to drop it. It's going to break. I'm going to get home and open it. The screen's going to be smashed. Things are not right, okay? So we get out into the parking lot, and little dude was trying to help my brother pick it up into the back of his SUV because they didn't want me to bend, but he couldn't really get a good grip on it. So I was about to bend and try and help when I hear behind me, do y'all need help? When I tell you guys, I turned around and I swear I saw my brother's identical twin. It was my brother's friggin' identical twin. Mexican, olive skin, bald head, wearing chancletas. And they're not just like flip-flops. I'm talking about the from Mexico made out of rubber tire chancletas. If y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all know what I'm talking about. My brother wears those deep down from Mexico flip-flops made out of tires. When I tell you, the man, when I turned around and this man is asking if he can help, it was my brother's twin. It was so funny, and boop, 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 it fits right in, no problem. So we come home. We get home. The TV does not fit on the stand that I have. It was too short on either side. So my brother's like, let's go to Home Depot and we can rig some eaves off of the end of your little cabinet, if you don't mind. My cabinet's old as heck. I don't care. So we go to Home Depot, and we were there forever. We wanted some wood cut to size. We had measured and everything. We had found some similar wood to the cabinet to just mount little shelves up under or over, we weren't sure, just to give us at least 5 inches on either side so the TV little legs could stand on it. So we go to Home Depot and we're waiting for somebody to physically cut this wood. We waited like half an hour. Nobody shows up. We're going back and forth. Hello to the customer service counter. Can somebody please come out here and cut? Nobody ever came. We went back into aisle 9. We found shelves that might work. The shortest ones we could find, it might work. We had the brackets and everything. The brackets fell on one of my feet. The brackets fell on the top of my right foot. I'm walking in a limp right now. I have a limp. The top of my foot is swollen and has a little nick where the metal hit it. metal brackets, guys, slammed on top of my foot. At that point, my brother's like, Mel, let's just go home, leave the TV on the floor, we'll start again another day, we'll start again. Now somebody's using a saw. Let me try and move somewhere else. Hang on. Okay, geez, it's so loud. If it's not the freeway, I mean, the wind chimes never bother me, but I'm trying to talk to you guys and the wind chimes are going nuts, and now somebody has a saw out here. But anywho, so my brother at this point is like, Mel, nah, come on. Everything is kind of a disaster today. You're already hurt yourself once. Now you've hurt yourself twice. Let's just go home and we'll start this another day. For now, you can have the TV on the floor and it'll be fine until next weekend when I can come back out here and we can get, he'll level off the shelves and everything. But I'm like, but we're already here. We waited half an hour. We already have the shelves. We already have the brackets. All we have to do is pay and leave. So I paid and left, came home, did the shelf, put the TV on. My big dude and him get the TV out and they set it all up and everything. And it's a beautiful TV. It's a beautiful picture. Things start to look up, right? Everybody's alive. Everybody made it home safe. Bad things stopped happening. The TV's up. It's gorgeous. Me and my big dude are in a good place. Well understood. Everything is great. Where's Martin? Where's Martin? My cat disappears. So I kept thinking throughout the whole thing, I kept getting like mixed signals. Y'all know I believe in signs. When we got to our Walmart and the lights were out, my brother said, let's do it next week. And I said, no, let's go ahead and go to the next town over and go to that Walmart. While we're driving there, I'm thinking to myself, maybe it is a sign. Maybe it is some kind of weird omen or some kind of sign that I shouldn't be out here doing this. Maybe I shouldn't be getting it. Maybe it is wrong. And then this old song that my grandma used to listen to, that my uncles used to sing to her, came on the radio. And I'm getting all, nostalgic, thinking about my grandma and stuff. And then I took that as a sign. I'm like, you know what? The first people that I went to in regards to whether I was being selfish or not were the women in my family. My sister, my mother. And now here is this random old song that my uncles used to sing to my grandma when I was little. Another woman from the family. Maybe this is a sign that it's okay. It's okay. Then we get to the other Walmart and I friggin' fall. So I'm like, nope, it's still an omen. I don't think I'm supposed to be getting this TV. And then my brother's identical twin helps us when we're struggling to try and get it in the truck. My brother's twin shows up and helps us put the crap in the car. I'm like, okay. So it's like good and bad, good and bad, good and bad. And then we get home and it doesn't fit, so we go to Home Depot and I drop a thingy on my foot, but then everything's beautiful and then the cat's missing. It's just like, it was hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. It was just very stressful, but everything worked out. TV's here, my foot ain't broken, my back ain't hurting no more than it was, my brother's safe, the cat is back home, although he's driving me insane trying to get out. But that's the update, guys. That's everything that was going on that I kept telling you guys. Weird crap was happening, and that's what it was. That's what it was. But right now, I'm going to go in and show you guys the good stuff that we picked up at the bins, the good stuff that we picked up at Black Friday, and the few little things that I picked up at the thrift store. If I remember where the heck I left it, I have stuff scattered everywhere. We had the big TV box we had to break down. It's just a bunch. The house was crazy until last night when I couldn't stand it anymore and I got it all in order. So now I can't remember where I left that stuff. It might be in my room. So let's go do a quick haul, okay? Because I've talked way too long. Hopefully I can edit this down to make some kind of smooth sense. But let's go in and look at some fun stuff because I need to sit down, guys. I need to rest. I am pooped. I love y'all bunches. Bye.